in the season. So we're going to take a break. We soon come. So we're ready now to have that interview with Imar Shephard. Good afternoon, Imar.
Blessed good afternoon, Queen Elise.
Oh, it's so good to hear from you.
Yeah, it's good to hear from you also too. It's been a while.
It has been a while. All right. So, I've always been thinking throughout this COVID, and I've also been thinking throughout my time away off the air. What are some of the artists doing, especially those who are performing artists? What has it been like for someone like you throughout this particular time, a period in our lives, COVID time?
Well, I must confess, I have my bad times, but I also have my good times. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Artists like me, I got the chance to spend time with family, get the chance to write new songs. I get the chance to, put out a lot of product. You understand? Some people would say that the COVID slowed them down, but to be honest with you, I guess, I don't know, challenge maybe bring out the best in me. But I've been putting out a lot of songs, since the COVID. But beside that, in terms of going on the road and so forth, we can't be able to go out and, perform before live audience like that. But, we have the virtual things that we work with, So, everything up and bright same way. We're giving thanks.
I hear you. And I love what you say. Because, a lot of people, especially creative people, this is a time now where we really have to test our creativity. And there is something you said about spending time with family. A lot of performing artists, particularly those who travel, don't get a chance to spend enough time with family. So isn't it a wonderful opportunity to do so?
Yes, it's a great opportunity. I have a little son called Zion. It's such a great feeling to spend a lot of time with him. And to me, the COVID is just a test for me. And if I take the time out, or if I find the strength to overcome, what can stop I? You know what I mean?
That.
Yes.
I love that. And, I love that. And you see, faith is a wonderful part of this journey, because what can stop you see, a statement like that's a statement based on faith. Because for those who don't have faith, them now go say what can stop them are going to count all the things we can stop them.
Yes, Baba. Yes.
All right. So I have been listening. You sent me 7 songs, and I invited you to come on the Bridge 99 FM to talk, because one of the reasons I invited you is that there are classic artists that we know, the veterans that we know, the Bob Marleys, the Jimmy Cliffs, and we can go on and on, the Peter Tosh, people like those, right? And they have carved a niche for themselves as classical reggae artists. But there are some young ones and some young veterans who are slowly, perhaps not, the mission is not to be a classic, but slowly but surely they're carving a niche for themselves. And later down, they are going to be called classic reggae artists. And while listening to your, and I won't call it an EP, but just the CD that you gave me, I said to myself, this young man, Imar Shephard, is continuously just doing him and doing the best that he can do. And whether you know it or not, if you continue along this line, you are carving a niche for yourself as a classic, genuine reggae artist. I just want to say congrats on the work that you have been doing through this period of kickback.
Well, with an empress like you, to give me a stamp of approval like that, it means a lot, It means a lot, and when you hear me call you the queen of Airwaves, you know what I mean? It means that it hardly can get bigger than that. You know what I mean? So I give thanks. I give thanks.
And so do I. So one of the things I would really love to do is to play a few of your tracks. Use some time to play a few of your tracks that our listeners can understand exactly where I'm coming from. So let's talk about this one. Nothing wrong with some class, even if you come from the ghetto. This one says have some class. Let's talk about this one. One of the things that I thought to myself while I was listening to it is that there's a narrative that we always have in reggae songs, right? Or we always promote in reggae songs. And I think the time has come where we need to examine the narrative and be more frank and honest and genuine with an intention of really uplifting our people rather than just an intention of saying the right thing to make people pleased and happy. And this is what I loved with this particular track. When you say, if you are a loose ball, I saw them go treat you.
Yes, basically, and just to add to what you said a while ago, it doesn't matter where you come from. You understand? It shouldn't determine your altitude in life. Just dig deep in yourself and, fight for what is rightfully yours. The sky, some people would say the sky is the limit, but I believe that beyond the sky is the limit. So just keep putting in the work, plant the seeds. One day you will reap.
Absolutely. Yeah. Beyond the sky is the limit indeed. And one of the things that we need to understand for those listening is that music is a thing that penetrates people's soul, And that's why sometimes people come down so hard on musicians because, it's a big responsibility. The most I say, all my springs are in thee. You know how powerful that is?
Yes, for real, for real.
So when someone has a headphone over them ear or whatever it is, however it is them listening to music, whatever it is they're listening to is penetrating them soul. So it don't make any sense where I say, things that them want to hear if what them want to hear no go so. These are the things that we need to be sending through as a responsible musician to those who are listening.
Yes, Mama, you got that right. Yeah, man, we have to inject positive energy, love, peace in the people in order for the people to, display that attitude. You know what I mean? So I guess a lot of us don't know the responsibility that we have. You understand, as musicians, as writers, as people who, put out the work out there like that. And we are responsible. The DJs, the artists, everyone responsible. Yeah, we all have a responsibility.
Absolutely.
Get the work out there and get the positive work out there.
Absolutely. Hey, let me tell you something, man. You see the kind of, no disrespect to anybody's music, but you see the kind of messages that are sent in some songs that people, young people particularly, hearing over and over. Can you imagine if we change the whole thing and really, you're always going to have garbage, but if we change the thing and make that bit less garbage and more positivity, it changes an entire society.
Yes, you're right.
So we're going to take a break, and then when we take the break, we're going to come forward and we're going to seal up because we're actually streaming live here now in the tri-state, and we really wanted to use this opportunity to let those on the other side hear some real reggae because Imar as well as I do, that sometimes the people outside of our space are the ones who really appreciate cultural roots rock reggae music.
For real, and it was said that, a king don't always crown in his own country. You understand? You have to go out there and get the praise and the recognition before, people really recognize you around here. Because if I wish to tell you the truth, I'm known outside of Jamaica than Jamaica.
I'm not surprised.
To be honest with you.
I'm not surprised.
To be honest with you. But we still not give up on our people because, you see the foundation, it's very important. We have to embrace the foundation. We have to, give back to our people, give back to where you come from. So, we recognize that and, we still want to recognize around here.
It will happen as long as we here who play music, who select music, really do it with a sense of responsibility. We're going to take a break, and then when we come forward, we're going to seal up. All right? So don't move.
Give thanks.
I have to quote Bob Marley when I say this, Bob Marley always say, man for sing love song, But man for sing love song for make a man and a woman know say something real a go on. Well, at this a go on, yes, so something real a go on. So, Imar, first of all, let me ask you, who is Crisis? What is the person's name? What is the other singer's name?
All right. As you mentioned the name, Crisis is a movement. We are better. Them call us a group, but we are more than just a group. But we are more than just a group. We are a movement. We are a family. Not Righteous, Higher Sight, and we are, managed by 24/7 Music Production,
Okay.
which is who produced that song.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we come together and record a song called Chalice. I think it's the last track.
Yes.
And the EP and the CD that I gave you.
Excellent track.
Yeah. So after doing that song, we decided that we want a next song. We want to do something special for the ladies. There are some hardworking ladies out there who don't get the recognition, them don't get the kind of love, them don't get the attention, them don't get the appreciation that them deserve. So, because them know that my strong point is love song, them ask me, to work on this project. You understand?
Well.
I just wake up with the idea and, me start play the guitar now, so I compose a rhythm and call in the musicians and put it together and send off the idea to my brothers, Nat and Higher Sight, and them come up with their part.
Wow.
And the rest is history.
Can I just say that the sisters that I know, they are going to embrace this song with everything that they have. Because just like you say, sometimes the songs are not necessarily for the upful, Sometimes it's not necessarily for the upful. So you see, the upful among us, they will give you the support that they need. And you know what I told you off the air already, how I feel about this song?
Yes, definitely.
I told Imar that in my opinion, if it gets the airplay that it deserves, this is definitely going to help him to be even known more, not just here in Jamaica, but also overseas.
Give thanks.
Time running out on us, but I'm just so happy that we could have taken this time that we do have to have a reasoning with you. And for those listening and appreciating good quality reggae music, we promise that we will continue to play this brother and others like him and put the better music forward and not play for forward.
Yes, give thanks, and it better a little bit than none at all. I mean, we give thanks for the time. Mama, it's always a pleasure to hearing from you, to share my story with you and share my story with the world. Big respect to the fans, Christine Rendell, 24/7 Music Production, Booster, Higher Sight, Not Righteous, the whole work. Imar Shephard said, big love, big up Jamaica, big up the world, every time.
Absolutely beautiful. Once again,
for the production.
Thank you very much, Imar Shephard. And like we said, we really need to start producing the kind of reggae that, if we're not careful, will be taken away from us, because that's the kind of reggae that the world loves. But we are going to continue to promote our Jamaican-born reggae artists who are doing this kind of song. Thank you so very much, Imar Shephard, and we will hear some more